two students wrote a number to match this picture of blocks. David wrote 156. Nancy wrote 1056. Which number is correct? How do you know? Well, I'm looking at this number, and good mathematicians always make notes for themselves. So I'm going to write the number of blocks above the blocks, okay? So for the thousands cube, I'm going to write a 1. I don't have any hundreds blocks, so I'm going to write a 0 right here because all the blocks are in order. So I can just write a 0 to hold the place of that where that hundreds would be if there was a number there. Then the tens would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the ones would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which one is correct? Nancy is correct. She wrote 1056. My number when I wrote it was 1056. What is used to show there are no blocks in a place? Well, we just talked about that. We use a 0 because that still holds the place of where hundreds would be if we had any in this number. But since we don't, we'll just leave the 0 there. Why do you think this is important? When a number is written without an expander, a comma can be used to separate the thousands from the hundreds, tens, and ones. This makes it easier to read and say the number name. So I have to have a hundreds place on my number. When I write the number 1056, I have to have my 0 here. If I don't, then it becomes what David wrote, which is 156. That's a completely different number. So I want to make sure I put that 0 there to save that hundreds place. It's kind of like when you go to a movie and you save a seat for someone because you don't want anyone to take it. So that might be Johnny's seat. So you put something there to save the seat. Down here it talks about when a numeral is written without an expander, we put a comma between the thousands and the hundreds place. A comma looks like this. It's just a little tick mark, and it just kind of goes just from the bottom of the number, just hanging down a little bit. We put that there so that we can easily read the difference between the thousands place and the hundreds, tens, and ones places. It's just there to help us know how to say the number. How do you say these numbers? Try this one. 1174. Say it with me. 1174. What about this number? 1185. Say it with me. 1185. Try this one. 1104. Hey, there's that 0 we just talked about again. It's holding the tens place in this one. Let's say it together. 1104. Let's try the next one. 1150. There's that 0 again, holding the ones place. Say the number with me. 1150. Let's try the last one. 1011. There's the 0 again. Say the number with me. 1011. Very good. Now let's move down to the bottom of our screen. It says, write the matching number in words. So I'm going to write the number in words on my screen. I have 1147. There you have it, 1147. Now it's not pretty. I wrote it on the computer, so it doesn't look perfect. I don't expect yours to look perfect either. However, you can use the text box tool. I don't have one on this program, so Ms. Bailey just tried to make it as pretty as I could. The next number says, oh, actually, let's look at letter A first. So we have 1,000 right here in the thousands place. So I wrote 1,000. That's how you spell thousand. I have 100 in the hundreds place. So I wrote 100. And then I have 47. So I wrote 47. Don't forget to put the hyphen in between the tens and the ones place. That's an important part. Let's read letter B. 1,109. I wonder if I'm going to put anything for the zero. When I say the word, I don't say the zero. So I think I'm just going to write what I hear when I say the number. 1,109. There we have it. I have 1,000 on my number expander, so I wrote 1,000. I have 100 on my number expander, so I wrote 100. And then I have 9 on my number expander, so I wrote 9. 1,109. Let's look at some other problems on the other page. On the next page, you have the words written for you. It says 1,116. So my job is, though we did not read the directions, we should do that first. Write the matching number on the expander. Then color the blocks to match. So there's two things I have to do on this one. It's always important to read the directions before you begin. Miss Bailey almost forgot to do that. That would have probably led to a mistake. So let's see this. 1,116. So I'm going to write my numbers. So I know I have 1,100, and then it says 16. I know 16 looks like this. And I also know that each of these white boxes can only have one digit, so I have to put 1 in one box and 1 in the other. There we go. Now I have to, it says then color the blocks to match. So now I have to color my blocks. So I have 1,000's block, 100's block, 110's block, and 6 ones blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's look at letter B. 1,025. So I know I need to write 1,000. I don't see any hundreds in this word. So I'm going to put a 0 in this hundreds place. If I need to erase it, I can. But right now I don't see any hundreds. I don't even see the word 100. The word 100 is written here, and I don't see it in letter B at all. So 1,025. So I know that 25 is written like this. So I'm going to put 1 digit in the tens place and 1 digit in the ones place. 1,025. Hey, that's the same. Okay, so now I have to color 1,000. I don't get to color any hundreds because that has a 0. But I get to color 2 tens and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 3 says, write the matching numeral. So now I'm just writing the number without an expander. 1,194. So 1,194. Now what was it Miss Bailey just said about the comma? You have to put the comma between the thousands place and the hundreds place. Okay? Don't forget to do that. Letter B says 1,018. Okay, well 1,000. I don't see the word 100 in here, so I'm going to put a 0 next for the hundreds place. And then 18, oh, that's just a 1 and an 8. Remember to put your comma because that's important. Okay, it helps us to read it easier. Letter C says 1,190. So 1,190. Okay, let's go to the very bottom. On the bottom, it says, the ancient Greeks placed pebbles in grooves to show numbers. The board on the far left shows the number 1,109. Draw pebbles on the other two boards to match each number. So I can see that 1,000 looks like they're starting their numbers at the top. So we usually do our place value rods, our tens rods from the bottom and work our way up. But it looks like they're starting at the top and working down. I notice that they don't have anything in the tens place. They have a 0 there. So this rod or this groove is empty. So they have 1 in the thousands place, 1 in the hundreds place, 0 in the tens place, and 9 in the ones place. So we're supposed to do that for these two numbers. So 1,048. So my 1,000 goes here. I don't have a number in the hundreds place, so I'm going to leave it blank. I have 4 in the tens place. And then 8 in the ones place. I'm trying to line these up too as closely as I can because that way I don't run out of room and that way I can count them easily. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My last number is 1,180. So 1,100 and then 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I don't have any in the ones place. There's a 0 there. So I'm done. Now you're going to try this on your Google Doc, on your Google Slides doc.